He has the older stuff, like N64 era,
Mm-hmm.
but no, he wants a Switch. He wants to get it probably because most of us have it.
Yeah.
And he's not even a Zelda fan, but I've told him, it's like, if you do get the Switch, you have to play Breath of the Wild.
Even if you're not a Zelda fan, it's such a different game that I think it's universally enjoyed by video game players.
It's a crime if you do not own Breath of the Wild and you own a Switch.
I'm still...
Are you listening?
I still think about the game. I'm not addicted to it like I was for 2 solid months, basically, around Christmas time.
Yeah, when we first got into it.
Got my 900 Korok seeds, and then I was basically out. That's a lot of time. You just feel like an explorer with a map.
Well, weren't you just like grid formation? Did you just go work your way back and forth down the map?
Not what the actual hell. Well, I had like there's a lot of guides online that have that's like a interactive map, so you can talk amongst yourselves.
How does it keep shutting itself off like that?
Because I put display sleep onto like, I guess 1 minute instead of never.
Ah.
Because I'm an idiot. Yeah, they have like little maps on the internet that you can just like check off the Korok seeds. They tell you where they all are.
I was using that for some of the shrines because I wanted to get just a few more to get that Master Sword, right?
Yeah, I did it for the shrines. Once I got like basically all the shrines, I had a few left to get. Actually, did I find them all without it? No, I didn't. I probably had got like the last 20 with a guide. But it's almost that kind of game. They almost want you to use a guide, especially the Korok seeds. I couldn't imagine the amount of hours you'd be putting in that game, finding them all without a guide.
On your own.
And even the guides, I think they got their information from like an official strategy guide. Like no one actually in the world went out and found every single seed on their own to make their own guide.
There's some very grid-to-grid searches going on there.
Yeah.
Some guy,
if you had like a team doing it, maybe it'd be
some
efficient.
guy at Nintendo just like leaked the information. It's like, here's all the cards. Let's go find them.
Well, it's an industry, the strategy guide industry. It's still going strong.
Yeah, true.
Shay always buys them.
I bought one for Destiny 1. It became obsolete in a week.
No kidding. First patch, we're changing everything.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite as completionist as you guys with the Zelda.
You never
basically, I'd go for my suits, and no, I never did the Master Quest.
You didn't beat it anyway.
No, I drifted away from that one. Yeah, basically I would get whatever suit I wanted and try and get the pieces for that. I tried not to use a guide whatsoever when I was playing it to start.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't look anything up.
Yeah, we beat the main game with that one, which is easy enough to do.
Yeah. Finding all the gear and trying to figure out where to get the next piece of gear. But yeah, I didn't really play it after beating the main game. I didn't have as much interest in going back to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
The tedious collecting stuff. You just kind of...
Yeah, I didn't need to play it again right away.
It's like, maybe
I would like to, I'd start another, next time I played, I'd start on hero mode again.
Mm-hmm.
And just do it a regular playthrough on hero mode.
It's actually like hero mode starts off really hard, and there are periods in the game that are really difficult. But overall, once you get geared and you got the kind of the weapon cycle going, you got access to all the areas. So when you get a blood moon, you can get the good weapons again. It becomes pretty routine.
Didn't they do like a ballad thing, like Ballad of Heroes or something?
I played the Champions Ballad. I got the motorcycle.
That's the motorcycle.
Yeah. I haven't played that yet.
The motorcycle's fun, but underwhelming. I thought it was going to be ridiculous, like super fast, big jumps, and because the terrain's so cool. If it was a super powered bike, it would just be really, really fun to fuck around with. But it's modest.
Hey, you got to give them credit. They probably don't even have gasoline there. Like, what's it running?
You have to fuel it with like monster parts.
Really?
You jump out of your bike and you like feed it with monster parts.
Oh my god, it's a demon bike.
Basically, the boss though, the boss that comes with here, Champion of the Ballads. It's one of those giant version of the like temple guard guys, the monks.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty good boss. It's a fun, challenging boss. Gave me a hard time. Yeah, the biggest criticism about that game though was that there were no proper dungeons.
The puzzles weren't really the same.
Yeah, like even the divine beasts were just bigger shrines basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one central puzzle that you had to go into different rooms for.
That would be something interested, like if they would actually add that as DLC. I don't know if they will add anymore.
They're done.
They're done. They're done. Okay. But yeah, that would have been interesting. If it was like really hard ones that like you needed to like, ooh, like this is a head scratcher. Like, how do I do this?
Well, that's what the main dungeons in like Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess were like big puzzles like overall. That's what everyone I think really loved about Zelda. You get like the water temple from Ocarina of Time. Like what a mind fuck that place is.
No, I don't
I got
know
lost
about
multiple
that.
times.
That's the negative column.
That's the the peak of frustrating, difficult puzzle.
That's the one where you fight like Shadow Link, right?
Yes.
You can fight him there, yeah.
You meet him for the first time there. I don't know if do you just fight him there?
It just
Or
takes
just there.
forever
If you have the
to
hammer,
get to him.
If you have the hammer though in that fight, he's done.
Yeah.
You just hammer through him.
Yeah.
That's basically the way to go. I can see them using the same engine though for Breath of the Wild, and just because I think they've already started the next Zelda game.
Yeah.
And the same way they did with Ocarina of Time, and they made Majora's Mask. It was a pretty quick turnaround, exact same engine, and so they were able to just go off in a weird direction from Majora's Mask and do something totally different. So I can see them bringing dungeons back in the Breath of the Wild engine for the next game.
That's one I wouldn't mind playing again soon. Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
it's a good game. You played it in New Zealand. Or a part of it.
I played a part of it, but I didn't really get into it because I think I just done.
We should
Ocarina
literally
of Time
start a list
of games. We need to
of games we want to stream and just play it through.
You
again,
just want to play that because you want to go say hi to Tinkle again. That's all. Pervy green guy.
I just like the mechanics in that one. It's creepy.
It is a dark
it is.
game,
It's
dark, creepy
yeah.
game.
Visuals in that game. I love the art style in that game. The moon itself is just like
There's
this
big
thing
evil
just
grinning
looking
moon.
at you.
the
And it's
entire
like
time.
if at one point, like just before it's like getting ready to hit, you're like, "Oh my god, it's so close!
Yeah.
It's gonna kill me!" And it's just smiling the whole time.
Yeah,
too.
there's this menacing smile coming down at you.
Well,
That's a good one.
even like having the different masks was cool too. It's like, oh look, here's something I need to be the Goron version of.
Did you ever get the Fierce Deity mask?
Yes,
That
with
thing's
the
so
like
fun.
crazy sword.
Has that ever been used anywhere else? Like that could be a character in Smash.
I
Fierce
think
Deity Link.
isn't that his alt in one of them, or like
Is
when
he?
they have the little ball
when they had the
floating
power
around?
ball thing. I think
Didn't he
they did.
turn into a guy there?
Oh, right, that thing.
Might have been Brawl. I
We
don't
never
know.
play with items on, so
No, we're hardcore
we
players.
miss
Smash
out
Bros.
on certain Smash Bros. aspects for sure. Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
It might have, maybe it's Toon Link that does that because it is like he's a little kid with the
Child Link.
masks. So,
Wasn't there a Smash that had
Or
Child
had
Link
Young
and
Link.
Adult Link? Yeah, Young Link.
but did they have that in Melee?
Was he in Brawl or Melee?
No, he's Melee. Because
Oh, I don't know now.
Toon Link just wasn't a thing. Toon
Toon Link was after that.
Yeah, they brought Wind Waker into the mix at Brawl, and then I think he's also in the latest one. I
Yeah.
don't have no idea about the future one.
Toon Link replaced Young Link, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's a good replacement.
Yeah.
There's enough
It just became Link.
different,
yeah.
yeah. Regular Link and Toon Link. And
Link
then-
kind of changed. He wasn't child anymore to like he's teen Link now, basically
Yeah.
in every game.
Yeah. It's a good.
between
I think they found a
between the
good,
adult and the child.
Well, I think they found a really good balance in Zelda now, where they do it cell shaded, but they keep it. I don't know, kind of consistently. You know, you're this young adult running through the world instead of a child. Although Ocarina of Time was brilliant in its own right for doing both and having that dynamic between the two, and especially
For
having
the-
to go back and forth.
First game to kind of go off in that direction, it was excellent.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's aged that well now. If you go back to it,
3DS version looks pretty good.
I mean, like
have to play it on
gameplay wise and everything. If you go back without the nostalgia factor, if you were just throwing a random person in who hasn't played, I don't know if that would age as well.
There are a
because
few
there are
things
some
that are
very
clunky.
you have to follow this places too. You have to do
Yeah,
this.
it's more linear than
It's on the rails,
yeah.
even though it is an open world. there's a
Even
lot
the
of-
dungeons had a path that
Yeah.
you really had to walk. The gameplay was just so fun, though, I guess.
Yeah,
And like the
I love it.
bosses there, especially. And you had 9 temples.
It tickles the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Well, for a new player at that game, it'd be pretty fun to watch a reaction to the Great Fairy and her crazy
The bazookas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pointy
Yeah,
warheads.
I don't know
Well, the
what
new
those
Great
are.
I know the
Fairies.
new fairies kind of do some weird things
Oh,
too.
yeah.
the new
Let
fairy
me just
is
grab you and
creepy.
take you in my flower. Well, that could be taken a
It's
couple
like,
different
what
ways.
are you doing to him? I'm cleaning your clothes, I swear.
Time for upgrades.
Yes, time for upgrades. In my flower.